Hey guys, Jed Johnson here. This is a follow-up video to a video that I put up about 2 weeks ago, and I showed an exercise called the knee driver. And essentially how this works is you put a band over your knee like this, and then you fire forward, and what it does is it activates the glute as well as stretches the hip flexor on the rear leg. A lot of people have written in, I think some people actually commented below the first video that they weren't feeling it in their glutes. They were only feeling it in the hip flexor. So I think I figured out what you need to do in order to feel this properly. If this doesn't work, I gotta believe if you're only feeling it in your hip flexor, then your hip flexors are just extremely tight. Because I have very tight hip flexors, and I've been working on it quite a bit, but I still feel it in my glute. So there's a couple things you have to do in order to do this properly. If your foot is out front, you're probably not going to feel it right. You need to have your foot back somewhat so that the ankle, the heel, is behind the knee. You're going to push your knee out and try to get it over the toe. Okay? Now, just doing this, I mean, I can do that without using too much glute. I don't feel it too much in my glute right there either. And I do feel a stretch here. But here's the key. You want to stay tall, so heel back, stay tall. If you get drooping or something like that, it's not going to work. And you're not going to arch your back. But what you're going to do is you need to drive your hip forward. Because what you're doing is you're driving your knee. That's why it's called knee driver. You're driving your knee forward. In the running stride, as you stride forward, one way to increase your running speed is to take fewer strides. You don't necessarily have to leap in order to take longer strides, but what you're doing is you can drive the knee forward and thus the hips, and that's going to light up the glute and stretch the hip flexor. So it looks like this. I mean, you can do it unloaded to get the feel, but it's here. You're driving that knee forward. We came up with this when we were training for brace bending, where you take a bar or a wrench, put it over your knee, and then drive into it, and you're using a lot of your glute and hamstring. So this is why we're loading it here with the band, because we want to drive into it. The band's got to be tight. You got to grab it close, and then you want to stretch the band as much as you can. But if you're using that kind of band tension, you're going to have to feel it in your glute. There's no way that you can do this unless if you're opening your hip, okay? If you're opening your hip like this, you can stretch the band, and I'm not feeling anything in my glute. But you have to keep your upper leg in the same alignment the whole time and just drive forward. And my glute is squeezing so hard. You probably feel like a softball. Just like that. And I'm driving. I'm trying to drive my knee forward to stretch the band out. So, just a little follow-up. Hopefully that'll help you out. Remember, knee driver, you're driving this upper part of your leg forward into your band. Most likely you're going to end up going down slightly as well, because you're not moving your foot. So in order for that to move, it's got to go downward. Okay, so give it a try, guys. If it doesn't work, that's fine. But like I said, I use it every day for my warm-up. Gets my glutes going, and I feel great just by doing this. I feel awesome, ready to go. So give it a try. Thanks. All the best for your training. Don't forget to subscribe. See ya.